So I think the voice was not coming, guys. That's that's the problem. The voice was not coming. Now I have enabled the voice here. Now the voice will be coming here. For the first few seconds the voice will not be coming, so I have just integrated my voice here. Now the voice is coming, guys. So in this tutorial we are building a full stack React.js file upload application where you can upload multiple files using the PHP backend server. So basically this is a uh, file here. So basically I have shown you the demo in the earlier video, in the starting of the live stream. So we are using the PHP at the back end. So hopefully you will understand it. I was just forgot to turn off the volume, so that's why that was the problem. So now we will be installing some dependencies after it create this project, guys. So if you're watching it for the very first time, then please hit the like button, subscribe the channel as well. So it is just installing all the dependencies for the React.js project. So after it installs, we need to go into that directory, which is upload file. So just wait. So now it is completed, guys. So just wait. We will cd into this cd upload file, and we will open this inside new Visual Studio Code text editor. So basically, guys, first of all we need to install two dependencies. First of all we will install Bootstrap, and also we will install Axios to make the post request in order to upload multiple files inside your React.js application. So basically just install this using npm I Bootstrap and Axios, AXIOS. Two people have joined in, guys. So if you're watching it, please hit the like button, subscribe the channel. So here first of all, guys, inside our app.js we will delete all this code here. We don't need the logo, just delete this. And also we will delete all this, and here we will be simply render this file uploader component. So here this file uploader component, guys, we will be making a new file inside this directory, which is file uploader dot component dot js. So we will make this file, and after making this file we will import the React dependency, and after this we will also import the Axios dependencies, and then we will make a class level component, class file uploader. We will extend the react.component library, and lastly we also need to export this component so that we can use it inside another files. So we will export this component, export default file uploader. So now we can simply include this component, guys. So if you see here, using the import statement, file uploader from file uploader.component. For also using the Bootstrap, guys, so we also need to import the Bootstrap at the very top. So we will import the Bootstrap module. So dot node modules, and here we will be importing Bootstrap slash dist slash css slash bootstrap min.css. So just import this line, guys. So this will be helpful to use Bootstrap. So after this, guys, what we will do is that we will simply inside this component we will first of all show something to the user. So we will make use of render method, and here we will return a div which will have a class name of row. So these are all Bootstrap classes, guys. If you have studied Bootstrap, you will know what I am talking about. Call md12. So these are rows and columns classes, and inside this we will give it a h3 heading, which will be simply React multiple file upload in PHP 7. So we have given this heading, guys. So basically if I refresh, if I start this application npm start, you will see here it will start our React.js application. And basically if I go here to my address, which is localhost 3000, if I refresh it, it is starting the development server. So just wait here. So once it starts, you will now see this heading here, React multiple file upload in PHP 7. So after this, guys, what we need to do is that we need to simply have a simple input field. So we will have div class name, form row, and again in this we will have form group class. We will have a label. So inside this label we will show that select file. We will select a file, and inside this we will have an input field of file, and we will be giving a class name to it of form control. Just do it, and here we will be allowing the user to upload multiple files by using an attribute called as multiple, and also we will be giving a name attribute to it of file, and also we will be attaching on change. So whenever the file is changed, this method will automatically execute, which is handle input change. That's it. So now basically if you refresh it, you will now see a button here, choose files button. So if I click this button, you will be able to select any image file. So now we need to write this method which we have configured, which is handle input change. But before that, we also need to write the, which is this one. So after this, we will have another break tag, and here we will be have another form row. So here we will be having class name, which will be equal to call md6. So here we will be having a simple button, guys. So this button, the text will be simply upload file. So basically when you click this button, we need to bind the event handler to it. Button type submit. We will be giving a bootstrap class of btn success. So this will have green color, and when you click this button on click, this function will execute. This is a inline function, this dot on submit. We will call this function. That's it. So now we need to make these two functions, guys. So whenever on change and on click, so right here at the very top we will make both these functions. So basically what we will do is that we will first of all make this handle input change function. So it will have this event. So here we will set the state, but before that we need to declare some variables. So inside our constructor of this class level component, we will have call the super, and after that we will have the state variables. So inside our state we will have two variables, which is selected file, which will be currently be empty, and then the response array. This will be empty by default, and then we will be initializing this dot handle input change to this dot handle input change dot bind, and then we will pass this. So basically this will initialize this method. So here we need to set the state by selected file will be equal to event.target.file. So basically we are getting the variable, getting the file which is selected by the user using event.target.files. This is very easy. And then we will be initializing our response array to be empty. That's it. So this is all that is needed, guys. So if I refresh it now, you will see a button. If I select a file inside our console, if you see, nothing is there. Invalid property. Let me see where it is having. Let me see. I have called class here. Let me see. Class name. Let me see here. Class. Oh, sorry. This needs to be class name. That's why. So now, guys, we will write our submit method. So whenever you click the button, you need to actually upload this file. So here we will call this method on submit. We will write the definition of this function. So what will happen? So basically, first of all, we will have a simple if condition. We will check here this dot state dot selected file. If the selected file is not selected, if it is not set, then we will simply say please select a file. This is a simple validation which is there. So we will return false. So basically what will happen, if I show you, if I don't select a file and click this button, and you will see a alert box. please select a file. So this is kind of a simple validation which is happens in every application. After user has selected a file, then we will proceed. We will get the data using new form data. We will construct a object. So whenever you upload any sort of file, we use form data. This is the standard stuff that we do. So in this case, we are allowing multiple files. So if there are multiple files, then we will be using for loop. So this dot state dot selected file dot length, we will calculate how many files are selected by the user using this statement, and then we will increment I plus plus. So inside this for loop, guys, we will append data dot append, and we will append the file inside this form data object to this dot state dot selected file I. So we have done nothing. We have initialized the form data object, and then we are appending all the files which are selected by the user by using this for loop. It is very simple stuff. And then basically, guys, we will be letting the user the server URL. So basically here we will be creating a new directory which will be server, which will be holding the PHP code 8080/upload.php. So this will be the URL for which we will be making the request. So now we will make the request Axios dot post, and you can also write like this, Axios dot post, and then you will pass the URL, and then you will pass the data, form data, and thirdly what you received. So this returns a promise, and the response will be returned to us. So basically what we will say, this dot set state, and if we will set the response array which was empty by default, this will be equal to the response dot data value. That's it. And after that, guys, we will clear out the input by using this dot reset file. So here we need to make this function. So basically this function will do simple stuff which will clear out the input. So here we will make this function reset file. So basically what it will do, it will document dot get element by id, sorry, get element by name file 0 dot value to be, it will make this value to be null. So once all the files are uploaded, we need to clear out the input. So that's why we are saying get elements by name file 0 value to null. So now if any sort of error take place, guys, so we can also have has a error callback error. So we can also display the error message inside our alert statement. So I think this React.js code is complete, guys. So now we simply need to make the backend server, which is PHP. So right here inside the root directory here, just make another directory which is called as server directory. And here inside the server directory, make a uploads folder where we will be storing all the uploaded files. And also we need to make a upload.php file. That's it. So right here inside this upload.php, we need to first of all set some headers, which is cross origin, so that we can call this PHP script. So these three headers are important. First is access control allow origin. This needs to be colon star. So this is very much important. Put a semicolon. Then we header access control allow methods get post put. So we are allowing all these methods to be processed inside this PHP script. And lastly, access control allow headers origin x requested width, put a comma, content type accept. So these are three headers, guys, that you need to do. So I have just written it manually so that you can understand. And then basically we will have a variable response which will be of type array, which will hold the success and error messages Then we will have a upload directory where we will upload all the files. So this will be equal to upload slash. So we have created a uploads directory here in the root directory. So here we are putting this. And after this is a server URL where all the files will be uploaded. HTTP localhost 8080. That's it. You can choose any port number of your choice. This is not limited to if you want to choose 8080, and then you can choose any port number. And then basically we will have this, we will detect if any sort of file is there, we need to upload this. So basically now to upload this we will use the count method to count the number of files which are there inside this array file, and we will get the name of the file like this. So this will get the name. So now again we will use the for loop to iterate or through all the files. We will use this for loop inside PHP. I smaller than count and I plus plus. So here guys, first of all we will get the file name, which is file underscore name. So here we will get file name like this, semicolon, and then we will have the temporary location. First of all we will move this file to the temporary location. This is a logic which is used every time when you want to upload file inside PHP. First of all we move the file to a temporary location, and then from that temporary location we move the file to the final location. So semicolon, and then we also need to have the error. I think, sorry, we need to close this. So now we also need to have the error. If any sort of error take place, files error like this. So make sure guys you put semicolon at the end of each line, because PHP will create error if you not put a semicolon. In JavaScript it is not mandatory, but in PHP it is mandatory. And basically now we will check for the error. If error is greater than 0, then we obviously know that an error has taken place. So we will push this error to the response array, and then basically we will say inside this status is equal to error, and error is equal to true. And then basically we can say a simple message that any message you can say that error in uploading file. That's it. So now if no error take place, then we will have a else condition. Sorry, I forgot the semicolon. So right here guys, now we need to put a random name to the file which is uploading. We will use the rand method here, which is take random integers inside this range from 100,000 to 1 lakh. So here we will concatenate the file name, which will be file name, I think file underscore name. Yeah. So put a semicolon, and now we will have the upload name. So where the files will be stored. So basically this will be coming first, upload directory, string to lower. We will lower the characters. So basically it makes the string lowercase, and basically we will pass this name, which is we calculated in the previous step, random name. So now this is our upload name. So basically again now upload name, we will use preg replace. So basically to perform a regular expression search and replace. So this is the regular expression that you need to have. S plus, I don't know much about regular expressions, so just copy this code here that I'm writing here. Upload. So regular expressions uses simply to replace something by something. So basically it searches the dash characters and basically it replaces it. So that's it guys. So now we simply need to move this file to the uploads directory that we have created here in the root directory. So now to move this, we have a function in PHP, move underscore uploaded file. We will take the input temporary location to the final location, which is upload name. So if this is successful, then we will simply give the path. Let me see here. Again, write this move uploaded file. Temporary. This will be temporary file temporary name to upload name. So inside this guys, what we will say here, we will give the path here. Sorry, this is creating error here. So first of all, what we will do, we will calculate the path using dot slash. We will concatenate the uploaded name like this. We will put the type. We will calculate the extension of the image by using this path info method. We will pass the path and then basically path info extension. So this will extract only the extension from the path, and then basically we will create the data file underscore get contents path. We will get the actual file and basically we will put the base URL, base64 URL. So basically this will be data image underscore. We will concatenate the type, which is extension, and then base64. This is a thing guys, if you want to print out base64, this is the format. Put a comma, close this, base64 in code, then we will pass the data. That's it. Let me paste this line once again. So basically I missed a semicolon, that's why it is creating a problem. So every time you need to put a semicolon. So now it is successfully uploaded guys. So now we need to append this inside our array, which is empty. So basically we will say that array push method. We will push into our response array this array. This is simply take the following properties. The status will be equal to this time success because the file is uploaded. So here we will say success, and error will be false because no error has taken place. So message, so here the message will be file uploaded successfully. The URL will be simply server URL slash concatenate base64 URL. Put a comma, and then we will also have base64 URL of the image as well. If you want to display base64 URL, base64 And lastly, we will have this total, how many images are uploaded. So count. So that's it, guys. So now we will have our else condition. So basically, if the file is not uploaded, basically this function fails, this function move upload file. So in that scenario, once again we will push the status to danger, error is to be true, URL file name, message up, error uploading the file. That's it. And lastly, we will be having, I think, the last if condition, which is this: if the files are not set. In that scenarios, guys, if the file is not set, in that scenario we will also have a else condition, the same else condition. Here also we will pass status to error, errors to true, message is again like this. And lastly, we will, this is the most important line, we will send this to React app echo JSON encode, and then we will pass our response. That's it. This is the most important line. If you not write this line, we are not sending the response back to the React.js application. So this is the most important line. We are at last we are sending this response to JSON using in a JSON response. So now basically the application is complete, guys. So now if I test it, before that you need to start your PHP server inside your directory. So right here inside your server directory, you need to write a simple command to start this PHP server. Go to the server directory wherever you store this file upload.php and uploads folder. Go into that file, and then inside your CMD, I have given this command in the description of the live stream. So this is a command here, php-s followed by the address. So paste it, php-s 127.0.0.1. This is obviously it is localhost dash 8080. So now you can see your PHP development server is started. So if you go to that server localhost 8080, obviously it is it is not accessible using get route. This is only accessible using post route. So this is a file which is hosted here, upload.php. So now we need to call this using React.js. So we will go to localhost 3000, and now basically using our front end we will call this PHP script. If I choose the file here, single file, and let me select this, upload the file. I think some error has taken place. You can see that, guys, the images are uploading here. You can see that. But it is not showing it. You can see that if I delete this, if I once again upload the files here, if I choose here 1 2 3, click open, click upload, you can now see the images are uploaded successfully. But now to show them inside the browser, it is very much easy. We need to go to our React.js application, and right here inside our component, wherever we are doing this in return statement, here we need to show this image using the base64 URL that we got. So now to show these images, guys, so right here after the button, inside this button here, we will put a break tag. And after this, we will have this set of curly brackets, this.state.response array, and we will map this map operator. We will response I, and here we will use like this. We will have the div element, close this. So basically we will be providing a key parameter to it, I, and inside this we will have a class name, which will be a bootstrap class, which will be img that just surround this as I curly brackets, and inside this you will write this class, which is a bootstrap class, img dash alert. This needs to be in single quotes, img dash alert, alert, alert dash, and then followed by the response dot status. So close the diff, and inside this we will show the image. So this will be the message response dot message. So this will be the base64 URL, which is response dot URL. So wherever the upload URL. And now to show this image, we will use image tag image source is equal to response dot base64 and close this image tag. So basically all the things that we are passing to this React.js, at last you will see inside this array, URL is the actual URL here of the image followed by the base64 URL. Both these things we are passing here inside this PHP script as a JSON response, and then we are printing it. So inside this component. So now we can test this. If I choose the file here, uh, I think I have made a mistake. Let me write this once again. Copy this. All the source code is given, guys, so sometimes typing mistake can occur. Let me format this document. So once again, if you this dot state dot response array map is not a function. I think we haven't declared this. That's why it is showing us. We have to declare this. Yeah, we haven't done this. So whenever you are getting this response here, response array is equal to this dot set state. I think guys I made a mistake in some of the line here, so I don't recognize which line I have made a mistake. So I think without wasting time here, I can copy paste this code here. You can go to the description of the live stream. So I have given all the source code. So basically let me paste this once again, this React.js component, copy this and paste it. So if I refresh it, let me also paste it. In programming, guys, time is very much required here, because if any sort of error take place, then it becomes very much difficult to detect that error. So now you can see that. So I was just making some inside the PHP script, that's why it was not. So now you can see that file uploaded successfully. I can even choose multiple files. You can also choose video files, PDF files, text files. This is totally up to you. You can you can see multiple files are uploaded at the same time, having their path uploaded here. You can see that this is a path here. And if you copy this address, if you open image in new tab, this is the base 64 code here. You can see data underscore image slash png. This is a format. This is the base 64 code here of the image. Using this approach, you can display any image on the browser. So this is the same approach that we are also using, passing this base 64 code to the React.js component and just rendering it, the uploading image. So all these images are stored inside this uploads folder, guys. You can see that. So this is the overall application, full stack application that we built using React and PHP. So thanks so much for watching this video. If you like it, then please hit the like button, subscribe the channel, and I will be seeing you in the next tutorial. Until then, thank you very much.